Welcome to Chapter 3 of our faction story. In Chapter 2, we ended it after a tragic death and creating some enemies. We were back and better than ever, ready to continue our uprising on the server. PP Poo Poo would be a name to fear. After our recent death in the last chapter, we headed back to base. We needed to recover some of the gear we had lost and get a sustainable amount so we could be ready for PvP at a moment's notice. We enchanted using our new spawner to its full potential. The gear was great, but to rise up as a faction, there was one thing we were still missing. Ever since we had left the cactus farm we found in Chapter 1, we had no sustainable source of income. We needed to find a new way of making money on the server to fund our future plans of expansion. This led us to the decision of upgrading our current spider spawner. We needed to make it get the spider drops without us having to kill them. This would allow us to go AFK and still make money for the faction. We also still wanted to use it for XP to enchant.
You wanna go over there and suck touches?
This led us to creating a hybrid spawner that could be used for both. The idea was very simple. We would use sticky pistons to block off the falling point of the spiders, and we could activate them for whenever we wanted to farm XP. After creating the retractable floor, we needed to go down and make a new collection point for the spiders. This new collection point would be where they would fall and die when we're not using the spawner for XP. We needed to create a new room for the spawners because we had to raise it in height to allow the spiders to fall and die. We dug out a new room and set up the water system. All that was left was to place our spawners again. We now had the ability to collect the spider loot without having to kill them.
Alright, here they go. It's lagging so bad for them falling.
Over the next couple of days, me and my friend Logan worked endlessly on our base. I'm going to take you floor by floor and show you exactly what we did. Starting off on floor 1, we don't have too much going on. This floor serves mainly as a collection center for our spider spawner loot. We set aside some of the chests along the wall to be used for our PvP gear. This makes it so we can grab our PvP gear fast when we need to. Up on the second floor there isn't much either. This room is yet another collection center for the spider loot. As the money came in from selling the loot, we used it to expand our hoppers and chests so we could hold more. We also have a pet chicken apparently. Floor 3 is really the same story. Right now there is just a glass tube in the center that displays the spiders falling to their death. We might use this floor for a small farm or something later. Finally, some actual use of space. Floor 4 is our enchantment room where we craft all of our weapons and armor for PvP. This floor also holds our faction's most valuable and prized possession. Anyways, on the next floor is our spider spawner. Here we collect XP and have the lever to change the spawner to drop the spiders. The next floor really isn't a floor at all. The entire space is used for room for the spiders to spawn. We are currently rocking 9 cave spider spawners. We found some more spawners out mining and also bought a bunch off of players. Floor 6 is our vault. We created a place where we can safely store our high value items. We set up a sticky piston to push blocks on top of the chests so they can't be opened, and surrounded them with water so players can't use creeper eggs. The lever is only able to be used by our faction since we own the land. This is also where our AFK machine is. And last but certainly not least, our chest room. Nothing fancy here, just chests that aren't as organized as they look. And a half-eaten cake. Now to address what exactly is going on this back wall. This is just a drop system to get you around the base fast. Each chute is labeled by the item frame and will take you to the corresponding floor. Now we're going to transition into someone else's base. After using the /wild command, we stumbled across the faction named Swag's base. Unfortunately, I wasn't recording when we tried to raid this base. I really didn't think it was going to be much. That was until I found the 5 god apples sitting right in the chest.
What's up, dude? It's just like, oh, nice shovel, dude. Mending on it. Efficiency 3 regular. Not bad, dude. Not
Is red
bad.
saying the same as
Yeah, it should drop as well.
this is all from
From outside's fun. OP for You wanna stay here?
yeah.
I can't leave the 5 gallons, man. Hopefully.
I know they have an intercessor right here.
He said, oh, funny.
He said it outside and it was him.
Take it on. Where'd you go?
After that raid, my friend Logan got off, and I wanted to put those 5 gapples to use. I got my armor and grabbed my axe and headed to the spawn. On this server, outside of the spawn, there are chests that generate with good loot. When you open one of these chests, it is announced in the public chat. I headed outside spawn because I saw players were out and about. This is where we ran into Nolan J. The only reason I'm killing this iron player is because he had been running around looting all the chests outside spawn. I knew he had a lot of good loot on him. Yeah, that definitely just happened. I wasn't gonna stand for that kind of disrespect though. About 30 minutes later, sure enough, Nolan was out taking the chest again.